so that Joel doesn't have to mute out here. Okay. Good evening. Welcome to Caffe Lena. You just saw some scenes of us getting ready for tonight's show. This is our first live music back in this room, and we thank the state of New York for allowing us to do this. And we appreciate everybody for being so flexible and helping us to continue live music. That includes the performers who are right behind me. It includes all of you who are willing to watch through your computer screen instead of being here in the room. It includes the staff who, suited up and got in here and got the place ready and make it a safe experience for everybody. And I think that there's never been a time when we have all needed this music more. Michael was to have played here on April 11th, and of course that show couldn't happen because of the pandemic. And so when we were allowed to do these limited live performances with no audience in the house, we had a chance to make good and bring you the music that you had to miss that night. So you'll notice that there are ways to make tips while you watch the broadcast. There's a way that you can comment and send in your greetings, send in your good wishes. We would love to hear from you so that this feels like an event that we're all doing together. So again, thank you so much for being part of this, and please welcome Michael Jerling and Tony Markellis.
Thank you, Sarah. Jaybird squawks, a sparrow honks, circles in the air. The fat goat dines like a white lion, what he eats his own affair. The red-winged blackbird's got a cat-tailed chair in the blue hard land, in the blue hard land. Cowboy boots, hobo suit, song about a train. Smoky bar, Fender guitar, whiskey on the brain. Load up in the back, break down in the rain, in the blue hard land, in the blue hard land. Cities rise before your eyes, a twisted fairy tale. Smokestacks, smoke chokes, wind in your prairie sail. And Fish likes to sleep in a catfish. Old daddy likes a country song. Little sister likes rock and roll. And I'd like to come back before too long to the blue heartland, to the blue heartland. Blue heartland. Oh, it's nice to be here. A little strange with an empty room, but I know you're out there. I know you're listening. And we're going to do kind of a longish set tonight. I think Tony and I have known each other for, I was trying to think, at least 40 years probably.
Yeah.
And so we're doing songs maybe not quite that far back, but some are pretty close. So we'll be covering lots of ground. This is one we've been doing for a long time. It's called North Country Jukebox. The last tourist is gone. Took the camper and the kids, took the money too, but I'm glad that they did. It's the best time of the year. The air is sharp and clear, got the lake to myself, the woods full of deer, and it's a good time to take a walk and think about all the things you got. A song for a North Country jukebox. Some say I'm a crazy fool, living here where the north wind rumbles through like a ghost train. Maybe they are right. The cold weather I don't mind. Got a couple of cords of hardwood stacked against the house, and I'll do just fine. I'll stoke the stove up red hot and put some coffee in the pot and play a song for a North Country jukebox. Winter keeps this land a little farther from their reach. If the sun shined here all year, it would be Miami Beach. Hey, pour me another beer. You know you'll often find me here. It's a second home, I don't apologize. All my good friends wander in, it's the only place there is. I'm an 8-ball king, a pinball whiz. And if I miss this shot, I'll put a quarter in the slot and play a song for a North Country jukebox. If I miss this shot, I'll put a quarter in the slot and play a song for a North Country jukebox. illustration. Well, when I look over my song list, I realize that most of my best songs are sad songs, and I can't help it. It's just the way it works. And but I'm trying to get some uplift into this show too. So I'll try to keep the body count down. We'll see. And I thought this was kind of positive sort of thing. It's called Starting Tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, it'll be all right. Out of the darkness, into the light, we'll put on the changes like a new suit of clothes. I'll be a new man starting tomorrow. There'll be a new star in the northern night. I will come to you at the speed of light. Starting tomorrow, it'll be all right. Out of the darkness, into the light, we'll put on the changes like a new suit of clothes. I'll be a new man starting tomorrow. There'll be a red glow and the leaves will fall. Put on a last show, a real free for all. Starting tomorrow, it'll be all right. Out of the darkness, into the light, we'll put on the changes like a new suit of clothes. I'll be a new man starting tomorrow. Starting tomorrow. Thank you.
What a perfectly appropriate song for this time in history.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
It wasn't even melancholy. Or maybe a little tinge
Yeah,
of
it was
melancholy.
optimistically melancholy.
Like after 39 years of playing my songs, Tony said after show, said, I would sum up your music, your songwriting as melancholy. And I said, okay, you're probably right, yeah. Bittersweet melancholy in this case. And we'll continue in that. This is the title cut off my most recent recording, and it's called Family Recipe. It's nice to be playing. Like most musicians, it's been a while, so thanks for tuning in and listening, and we'll try to remember the songs. We'll see. It's something about playing the song at home and playing it even out in front of two people is different. So. All right. Blue fountain pen ink in her mother's hand, a family recipe borrowed from a friend. Sally's name in the upper right-hand corner of a 3x5 card, yellowed and stained. 2 egg whites, 2/3 cup sugar, a half cup chocolate chips, a dash vanilla, a 1/4 cup chopped nuts. Pearl Harbor Day, our family was in tatters. God took our mother away, wheeled her out the door. We had to clear the house out down in Florida, with errant golf balls bouncing off the roof, sorting through what did and didn't matter, with no real idea what we should do. The car was packed with stuff. Zeros and ones, that's what we're left today. A pixelated shell of what we threw away. The sweet crunch of a forgotten cookie, my mother's hazel eyes when she laughed, the truth that we missed when we weren't looking. No, you can't Google that. Blue fountain pen ink in her mother's hand, a family recipe borrowed from a friend. Family recipe. All right. This one's called I've Been Feeling Better. Whistle when I'm walking, my footsteps click in time. My lucky star shines in the sky. Oh, a comet with our name on it, perhaps a meteor. We'll wind up like the dinosaur. I tell the truth, no lie, I've been feeling better. I don't know why. We fly through space on a little blue ball with a molten core of steel. How's that supposed to make you feel? With a thin veneer of atmosphere between us and sudden death, it's enough to make you catch your breath. I tell the truth, no lie, I've been feeling better, I don't know why. Whistle when I'm walking, my footsteps click in time. My lucky star shines in the sky. It's not the medication, it's not the glass of wine that puts the twinkle in my eye. I tell the truth, no lie, I've been feeling better, I don't know why. I tell the truth, no lie, I've been feeling better, I don't know why. I've been feeling better, I don't know why. If you didn't know, this is Tony Markellis on the bass. I am Michael Jerling, and playing all songs that I've written over the years. This next one is one that kind of fell out of the repertoire for a while just because you play a song a certain number of times and you don't hear it anymore, but I think it's a good song. It's a song of, it makes me think about when you're young, you're more likely to give into impulsive behavior, you know what I'm saying? You just say, sure, let's climb up the mountain and jump in the lake. That sounds like a great idea. And as you get older, you realize that impulsive behavior often leads to the emergency room. You know, that's, I just turned 68, and impulsive behavior could be having caffeinated coffee at 3 p.m. You know, it could be something, you know, you never know. It could lead down a bad road. But this was back when I was young and stupid, and I got away with things, and it's called Take Me to Juarez. Out to see America, where do we land? Some West Texas town with a guy named Dan, and the Dairy Queen with a root beer float. He had Buddy Holly glasses and a Sergeant Pepper coat. We broke the empty bottles on the railroad tracks. The lights of the town burning at our backs. Dan said he'd been a cowboy if we had our doubts. The time and the wine finally drove them off. Take me to Juarez, I'll show you the town. I speak the language, I'll show you around. Nothing as sweet in this whole round world as the big brown eyes of a Mexican girl. West to tabletop highway as blank as the sky. Liquor wore off with the rising sun. I wanted to die, or at least to throw up. Dan got us lost down dusty back streets. Dark eyes stared, dogs nipped at our heels, and the only Spanish that he could speak was por favor and buenos dias. Take me to Juarez, I'll show you the town. I speak the language, I'll show you around. Nothing as sweet in this whole round world as the big brown eyes of a Mexican girl. Thought we'd head west, put Dan on a bus, when he got real quiet and his eyes glazed up. He started to twitch and kick at the door. He started to shake and he fell to the floor. He foamed at the mouth, I just wanted to run. Jim said, don't let him swallow his tongue. And when it was over, he just fell asleep. We started the truck and pointed it east. Take me to Juarez, I'll show you the town. I speak the language, I'll show you around. Nothing as sweet in this whole round world as the big brown eyes of a Mexican girl. Out to see America, where do we land? Some West Texas town with a guy named Dan. He pointed the way to a small bungalow, walked up the front porch through the old screen door. Take me to Juarez, I'll show you the town. Take me to Juarez, I'll show you around. Take me to Juarez, I'll show you around. God, I yanked my yodel on that one.
Mine too. Boy, that song takes me back to my hitchhiking days.
Exactly.
The people don't seem to hitchhike anymore.
That's good.
I know. I mean, both hitchhiking and picking up hitchhikers.
Yes.
That was always an adventure.
Did a lot of both.
Is that right? Yeah.
Gonna have to.
Well, I would like to discourage our younger listeners from ever taking up hitchhiking.
Yeah.
You meet some very interesting people,
You do.
but they
lot
might
of
be
them have-
they might be the last people you ever meet.
Many of them have guns. That's one thing. I've got a long story, but I won't tell.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of them, but likewise.
Yeah. But I ended up in the Kansas State Patrol headquarters because the people who had picked me up and asked me to drive had basically kidnapped her child, out of custody, and they said, we have to go to sleep, would you drive? And it also wasn't their car.
Oh.
But I got out of it because, like the cop said, he looked at me and said, with a face like that, I believe you, he said. So
Wow.
I was disappointed in a way, I thought, boy, what kind of face is that? That's the very short version.
Yeah.
This next song is called Pinto Pony, and I'd like to dedicate this to Fred and his family. Oh, I'm in the wrong key.
Ah,
I warned Tony. I said, remember, I don't do it in G anymore. I do it in F, and then I did it. It's good because I can't sing it in that key. I'm glad I caught it. See, you told me there were 260 people listening, and all right. 3, 4. 1950s cowboy kids dreamed in black and white and practiced on our fast draw by the TV light. I won the West in my backyard. That wagon train got through. I tell you about this town ain't big enough for me and you. Me and my Pinto Pony ride way beneath Montana skies. I don't say much, but when I do, the words I say are true. I pull my head down on my head, squint into the sun. Married now, I live back east. I know the times have changed. The kids on my block never dream of riding on the range. But when the world gets down on me and nothing else makes sense, I jump into the saddle, fly beyond the fence. Me and my Pinto Pony ride way beneath Montana skies. I don't say much, but when I do, the words I say are true. I pull my head down on my head, squint into the sun. '50s cowboy kids dreamed in black and white, but those singing cowboys never made it with me and the guys. one west in my backyard, and I can tell you this: not one dumb guitar got strummed, not one girl got kissed. Me and my Pinto Pony ride away beneath Montana skies. I don't say much, but when I do, you know the words I say are true. I put my hat down on my head, squint into the sun. Wahoo, wahoo, wahoo. Wahoo, wahoo, wahoo. A difficult beginning, but we finished well. Yeah.
So, as I said to you in the chat room, I wanted to let the guys know where you're watching from.
Yeah.
So we have, I think it was up to 255 when I left my computer.
Wow.
And we have people watching from all over the Capital District and Saratoga Springs and upstate New York, but also Maine, Ohio, Arizona, Maryland, New Mexico, Florida, and then for the foreign countries, we have Scotland, Brazil, and Italy.
Cool.
Wow.
Reporting in. And
Brazil.
yeah, Brazil.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had a couple of requests. One was, how do people live like that?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll.
And the dog song.
No, that's
No.
too sad.
That's too sad. All right. So everybody,
thank
thank you again for being tuned in and for participating in the chat. And it's just magical being here tonight with some live music again. Thank you.
Thank you,
That's
Sarah.
great. Thank you. I don't know. I know Tony was complaining because there was an NFL draft 3-night thing was on TV and preempted Jeopardy a few nights ago, and but they had to do the NFL draft in a virtual form. They usually get a bunch of yahoos,
Yeah.
thousands of them out there yelling and screaming. But they did a cool thing, which they had sort of like one of those Zoom sessions, and they had a checkerboard up on a thing, and then people could yell like idiots individually from their cell phones. And maybe we could work on that here. We could.
Oh, get all 250 of those people
Yeah.
on at once?
No, I think you just choose them randomly, and sort of
Oh.
rotate them through. All right, this is it's called After the Flood. I got this right. I told you it's been a while. I haven't been on stage for a while. There we go. Noah was a reluctant sailor, riding the waves on a floating FEMA trailer. When the sun comes up on a world of mud, you find out who your friends are after the flood. Well, you shake your head or watch it on TV. Sitting high and dry couldn't happen to me. But where the storm comes from could surprise you blues song. You find out who your friends are after the flood. And you think you're strong, you're not strong enough. And you think you're tough, and the doctor says we're gonna need more tests. Then you feel your heart freeze deep in your chest. And the cold fear runs through your bones and blood. You find out who your friends are after the flood. You're strong, you're not strong enough, and you think you're tough. Noah was a reluctant sailor, riding the waves on a floating FEMA trailer. When the sun comes up on a world of mud, you find out who your friends are after the flood. Find out who your friends are after the flood.
One of my favorites. I don't know if you can see this out in virtual land, but can you see our stage setting here? We've got our
Pennants.
We've got our mask. Mike's lovely wife Terry made me this one, so I can walk around in a dignified manner now and not look like I'm about to pull a train robbery, which I have been for the last couple of weeks.
This one's called $1,000 Car, and it ended up as one of the filler songs on I just forgot the name, the Click and Clack.
Car Talk.
Car Talk, of course. So that was exciting. That was very exciting.
300. All right.
All right. Okay.
Whoa.
It was muted.
Oh.
We're having trouble with the starts of things. I noticed that. If we finish, we're finishing good. Start. Here we go again. 3, 4. I bought a new used car, and let's just say they didn't give me much on the trade, but I took out an ad in the local classified. Well, the phone wasn't ringing off the hook, but a few stopped by to take a look at my fading star. $1,000 car. An old house painter looked her over good, spent a half an hour under the hood, but he drove away in a cloud of thick blue smoke. Mexican guy saw the for sale sign, he walked around, he kicked the tires and he looked at me, and he never said a word. 4 good tires, starts when it's cold, I'm asking 12, but I'll go lower and there you are. You got $1,000 car. Skinny little guy in a rusted Ford, pile of kids pour out the door. He asks for the keys and takes her for a ride. When they got back, they were jumping for joy, from the little girl to the teenage boy. He stayed in the car and played with the radio. Done my time on the side of the road, pockets empty and my head hung low. People passing by just point and stare. Well, I signed the title and we shook hands. I gave him the keys, he gave me the cash, and that was that. Our little deal was done. Well, I hope that car isn't running yet, but you're walking the wire without a net wherever you are. In a $1,000 car, $1,000 car, $1,000 car, $1,000 car, $1,000 car, $1,000 car, $1,000 car. All right. That's one of those things. I don't have a bucket list for things that I want to do in life before I die, but I have a definite reverse bucket list of things I never want to do again before I die. And one of the things I never want to do is do a private sale of a used car again in my life. That's just, I don't want to do it. I don't want to sheetrock a ceiling. That's another thing. I've done it. I don't need to do it again. All right, what do we got? Okay. Well, this next song is called When Words Still Mattered. It's, I guess, sort of a bit literary, which makes me think that Tony Markellis is actually a literary man and has recently published a collection of short stories. Do you want to tell folks a little bit how they could get it? It's a wonderful, wonderful little book.
Well, thank you, Michael. I've always respected Michael very much as a writer, and now that I are one, I appreciate his opinion. Yeah, it's a little book of short stories called Life, Real and Imagined, and it's available through the North Shire Book Company.
North Shire Press, yeah.
North Shire Press, just
Google it up.
Google it up. That's exactly it.
Perfect reading for all the time you have on your hands these days.
I appreciate the plug, Mike. A lot of people have been telling me it's an okay book, so
Good.
I guess I'll have to believe them. But don't take our word for it.
Yeah. Buy it.
That's right.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. When words still mattered, when we were young, and petals and pearls rolled off our tongues. In the ashes of empire, the embers of change, we fought our battles in the cafes. oil on a canvas, ink on a page, a bow on a string, a turn on the stage. Perhaps we were too comfortable, we were too free, in between wars and calling it peace. It came on us slowly, it came on so fast, out of the future and into the past. Take what you can carry, pay all you can pay. I'm still a prisoner, though I got away. When words still mattered, when we were young, petals and pearls rolled off our tongues. In the ashes of empire, the embers of change, we fought our battles in the cafes.
Thank you.
All right. Well, this is fun. This is turning into fun. I hope you're enjoying it. It's weird playing, you just forget how much I grew up playing in small rooms, coffee houses mostly, and the interaction, and particularly in this room, between the people, the energy that you put out and they give you back, and it's just such a, I suppose I take it for granted, but I don't anymore. So it's an important thing, and I sure hope we get it back, because it is what's the word about a necessary?
Essential.
Essential, yeah, it is essential. But I know we have to wait. We have to wait a little, and this is okay, doing this. All right. I'm going to do a song that was inspired when I heard of the death of Merle Haggard, who I had always admired as a singer and a songwriter. And I decided I would try to write a song that would be worthy of him singing. That was my goal. And we'll never know, but you're going to hear me sing it. So it's called In Lieu of Flowers. In lieu of flowers, the family requests your thoughts and prayers for eternal rest. And if you heed no higher power, then you can sing a sad old song in lieu of flowers. A light on the porch, an old guitar, the wish you wished upon a falling star. The sound of a train in the wee small hours. And won't you please remember these in lieu of flowers? In lieu of flowers, the family suggests a small donation to forgetfulness. Forgive his faults, his darkest hours. Remember some kindness he has done in lieu of flowers. Faithful old dog, a call from a friend. Remember the smell of garden dirt at winter's end. Life passes through like a summer shower. And won't you please remember these in lieu of flowers? In lieu of flowers, the deceased might suggest. Tell her you love her, clean up that mess. And if you heed no higher power, then you can sing a sad old song in lieu of flowers. Then you can sing a sad old song in lieu of flowers. All right. Well, we've got a few more for you. Talking about impulsive behavior and hitchhiking, this next song, this just picks right up where we left off. And whenever I play this, I just pity my poor parents. I just decide, hey, Mom, Dad, I'm hitchhiking out to see my friend out in north of San Diego. I'm going. You have any money? No. Okay. I'll get some, I'll get some money. It's cool. What an idiot. But I had a good time. It was fun.
And you live to tell.
And I lived to tell the tale and write the song. I always forget to put the harmonica in, and I did again. I'll get to it. It's called Beach House 1973. I just thought of something. Well, I'll tell you after the song, because you'll learn something. Things I'm ashamed of. Okay.
Well, I've got a whole Rolodex of bad hitchhiking scenarios from my youth running through my head while we're playing here tonight.
All right. Here we go. In 73, I left my home, hitchhiked out to California, slept in the garage of a beach house. The room had one electric light, no heat, no water. You went inside if you needed the kitchen or the bathroom, but it felt like holy ground as the golden sun sank down. A house mother, she collected the rent, made the rules, Texas born, she drove a rusty Pinto. When she drank, her name was Sadie LaRue. She woke us all at 2:30, howling in the muddy driveway. We dragged her in the house. She passed out on the couch. Charlie lived underneath the stairs with his Wurlitzer piano and a sleeping bag. When he sang sad songs, his glasses fogged up. Susan slept in the top bunk bed. She trolled the clinics for her meds. Our Lady of the Valley, the bougainvillea drooped above the old front stoop. Was a surfer from West Virginia, grew alfalfa sprouts in the kitchen. He wrote prose like Lawrence Durrell. Mr. Q had the master suite. He came home late, got up late, watched the gray whales from his window. The pipe was passed around, and music filled the house. In 73, I left my home, hitchhiked out to California, slept in the garage of a beach house. I just remembered when I was rehearsing this that, so I was living in this garage. It was a concrete block, flat roofed garage. Some hippie carpenter had partitioned off with barn board one corner of it, and that was my room. But there was no window. There was a back door that you could open, and there was the ocean there. But you didn't want to sleep with the, wake up with the door wide open, and it gets cold by the ocean, even in California. So I thought, boy, it'd be nice to have a window in this room. And there was all this stuff that people left behind when they moved out of this house, everything you can imagine. And two things that I found were a big piece of plate glass and a saw, a hand saw. So, God, it was stupid. So it was always sunny. It didn't rain in California. So I went up on the roof and I sawed a hole in the roof. And I took the plate glass and I found some tar in there too. So I thought, well, this will do it. I'll just tar around the plate glass, and it was cool. I had a skylight, so I woke up, and there was the sun. But it does rain in California, and it rains hard sometimes. And so one morning, you can imagine, I woke up with a drip, drip, drip on my head. Oh, God. I should have been arrested. I should have been arrested. Vandalism.
I thought for sure you were going to cut it into the door.
No, the door was metal. It was
Oh.
one of those like security doors.
Yeah.
That would have been smart. All right. Okay, we've got a couple more. This is one that, in all your virtual beauty, I want you to sing along with. Song that I wrote about the Caffe Lena. And earlier on, I want to thank Sarah and Joe and Joel for being here and making this all work. Of course, thank Tony. But Joel asked me, so are you taking advantage of the time at home to write songs? And I said, no, not so much. And then I realized that the only time when I actually write songs is when I'm supposed to be doing something else. So when I'm supposed to be rehearsing my material that I've played and I'm supposed to know it, I get so bored that I start to write a song instead, and that's fun. So I remember Sarah, I don't remember it was one of the anniversaries, I think, I can't remember, but she asked me to come and sing a song about the cafe and gave me a couple songs that I might choose from that had been written, but that was too much work, so I wrote my own song, and this is it. So it's called Music Here Tonight. It's using laziness,
Yeah.
putting it in a positive direction.
Oh, and speaking of anniversaries, this year is the 60th
That's it.
anniversary of the existence of the Caffe Lena. And I'm sure you have some kind of special events lined up for that, Sarah?
Yeah, well, she probably does.
I'm sure she does. Top secret. Oh, and I'd like to say a special hello to a couple of our friends who are
Oh, yes.
hospitalized
Very good.
and hopefully are listening in today.
And I hope they will sing along with us.
Yep. And I hope we'll see them soon.
I hope they get sprung soon, as you say.
I keep thinking of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Exactly. All right, here we go. Through the swinging doors and up the crooked stairs, the people fill the room in straight back chairs. It's smaller than you thought, but it's larger than it seems. And if these walls could talk, they'd rather sing. There's music here tonight, music here tonight. The lights are on at the cafe. There's music here tonight, music here tonight. The lights are on at the cafe. He's lost upon the stage with his out-of-tune guitar. This local yokel thought he was a star, but then it all comes clear. And now the spirit moves. You feel the roof come off this little room. Here we go. There's music here tonight, music here tonight. The lights are on at the cafe. There's music here tonight, music here tonight. The lights are on at the cafe. Down the crooked stairs and out into the street. You swear you feel the wind beneath your feet. It was smaller than you thought, but it's larger than it seems. sing. They'd sing. There's music here tonight. Music here tonight. The lights are on at the cafe. There's music here tonight. Music here tonight. The lights are on at the cafe. There's music here tonight. Music here tonight. The lights are on at the cafe. There's music here tonight. Music here tonight. The lights are on at the cafe. The lights still on at the cafe. I know you did a good job. Well, if does the virtual world want one more song?
They are so clapalicious.
Okay, so we could do one more. All right. Clapalicious. All right,
Wow.
cool. Well, we're going to wind up with...
There was a huge yes to that.
Oh, good, good, good. This is a song that Tony and I have been doing together for a long time, and it's called Jimmy and Jerry Lee. And I don't usually tell what the story behind it is. I kind of assume people know, but they might not remember anymore. But I was reading, I can't remember, two things. Remember Reverend Jimmy Swaggart? Mm-hmm. And he got in a lot of trouble with Cadillacs and ladies of the night, and he was a reverend. And that was the first, I didn't realize that, then I found out that he was Jerry Lee Lewis's first cousin. And that just, as he used to say as a kid, blew my mind. And that was just amazing to me. And what's more amazing is that Jerry Lee Lewis is still alive.
Yeah.
I mean,
Despite
how does
his
that
efforts.
happen? How does that work? Anyway, yeah. Anyway, this is a song about those two guys.
He's outlived a number of wives
Oh,
who were considerably
well,
younger than he was.
his nickname might have something to do with that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We'll see.
I guess that's another piece of advice. Don't hitchhike and don't marry Jerry Lee Lewis.
Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Well, I'll tell you a story. Please don't slow me down. Two cousins grew up side by side in a sleepy Delta town. Here's a story of Jimmy and Jerry Lee. Well, they both played the piano. They both loved to sing. One of them worshiped rhythm and blues. The other one, Christ the King. Talk about rhythm and blues. Talk about Christ the King. Son of the devil, son of the Lord. Son of the devil, son of the Lord. Son of the devil. Well, they took the road to riches. Both had something to sell. A tent revival heaven, CD roadhouse hell. Talk about heaven, talk about hell, talk about it. devil, son of the Lord, son of the devil. If you grow up in the Delta and that's all you've ever seen, there's a left-hand road, there's a right-hand road, but there's no road in between. And that's the story of Jimmy and Jerry Lee. I'll testify to it. That's the story of Jimmy and Jerry Lee. That's the story of Jimmy and Jerry Lee. That's the story of Jimmy and Jerry Lee. Tony Markellis. I'm Michael Jerling. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you, Caffe Lena.
Stay safe out there.